morning and welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning, sitting at 79 degrees outside, and we had a very nice storm yesterday. We almost got an inch of rain here locally. Other parts of the valley got less rain. I think we got the most. You can see some puddles out there. The wash was running along the front of the house. It was nice. And we actually went out to have dinner and got to drive around in the Haboob yesterday. So there's some footage of that on the channel as well. But yeah, the channel 15 had a great aerial of the storm coming in, and it's been a while since we had a really good monsoon rain like that. You can tell the sky is just beautiful. It's clear and clean. You got some fresh air. So now I am headed out to get some coffee and then get into the office. I actually have an appointment this morning, so I'm gonna have to go see my dentist. But yeah, that's what's happening on the commute today. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're having a great day, ready to get started. Let's make it productive and let's see what's on the radio news today.
Situations that aren't really meant to be experienced at such a young age.
The Phoenix Union High School District Governing Board President says the district has put additional safety personnel and more law enforcement on campus in addition to the regular school safety officer.
And coming up in just a few moments, a former Phoenix Union High School District teacher who left her job because of rising on-campus violence. What she says the administration is not doing to keep students and staff safe.
Eyes on education.
Arizona students are getting the opportunity to win more than $500 for their future education.
The annual statewide essay contest for 5th and 6th grade students provides 20 winners with $529 for a college savings plan. 6th grader Elisa Carrasco says she wants to write her essay about becoming a nurse or doctor.
I learned that you can save a lot. You can work at good jobs if you have good scholarship, and there's just stuff like if you can, what you want to be and how you can be it.
The contest is in partnership with the Easy 529 plan, working to improve the number of kids who have savings accounts for post-secondary education. Shira Tanzer, KTAR News.
All right, coming up, we have got your traffic. John Roller, live from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center. What's happening out there?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a lot quieter than it was yesterday afternoon. I'm taking a look at the 347 coming out of Maricopa. Now, yesterday afternoon, when this huge wall of dust started to form right around Eloy and Picacho, we literally watched this wall of dust move right up to 347. This morning, roadways are dry and visibility quite good if you're coming in from Maricopa this morning. Only light slowing as you approach Riggs Road. 24 coming out of Queen Creek. They also got hit hard yesterday afternoon. It's looking good all the way over to the 202. The only slowing right now, eastbound I-10 right at the 101 Alafria transition, coming into town about 14 minutes. We are working a crash 67th Avenue just south of the I-10, and another crash at 43rd Avenue and Grant. Traffic is brought to you by Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. If you are thinking about getting an annuity, go to AssetPreservationWealth.com to schedule an appointment to learn about the good and the bad about annuities to make sure they're right for you. John Woolworth, KTAR News.
20% chance of rain today with a high of 97. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air and Plumbing. Weather replace or repair, call Howard Air and Plumbing.
The KTAR News app, your link to live streaming audio, breaking news, podcasts, in-depth coverage of the stories that are...
A national security correspondent for the New York Times and wrote this week about Trump's, quote, strategic incoherence over the past 2 weeks. So, David, what do you think it is about President Trump that maybe he doesn't want to either understand or refuse to accept about Vladimir Putin's resolve when it comes to Ukraine?
Well, I think the place where it starts is that the president says that Putin is seeking peace. He may ultimately want peace, but I don't think he wants peace necessarily on the same timeline that the president has in mind here, because at this point, delay works to his advantage. He feels as if his troops were advancing, that there's no reason to give.
Incredibly popular Lyric, an all-electric SUV. Just hurry in because special offers are only good for a limited time. And get the experience you deserve because the Earnhardt no-bull way of doing business is something that's made Earnhardt a trusted name in the Valley since 1951. Hurry into Earnhardt Cadillac on Frank Lloyd Wright in North Scottsdale or buy online with Noble Express at EarnhardtCadillac.com.
Cadillac models assembled with U.S. and globally sourced parts. Visit EarnhardtCadillac.com for details. Offers in 9225.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Summers in Phoenix can be hot, and if you hate the paint, do what your neighbor Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
The house at Rhino Shield did for my husband and I, after having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's better than paint specifically formulated for our climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Phoenix, you too can get the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 10% off the regular price.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield, and I am just thrilled to recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Rhino Shield owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 855-4U-RHINO. That's 855-4, the letter U, Rhino.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
How is the Valley economy? We'll talk to the Greater Phoenix Chamber of Commerce on the Mike Broomhead Show this morning at 9 a.m.
And good morning to you. It is 5:41. I'm LaDonna Harvey along with Jim Sharp from the KTAR Business Center. You might have felt it a little bit in your wallet. Gas prices in the metro Phoenix area have jumped nearly 20 cents within the last week. They hit $3.55 a gallon. According to AAA Arizona, the gas spike is attributed to temporary refinery maintenance. They say that the prices should stabilize soon.
All right, Wall Street futures down 38. That's not even 0.1% loss if that holds through to the opening bell. S&P's down 5 1/4. Nasdaq down 26. For more money news, visit the Business Center at KTAR.com.
KTAR News Flash.
At 5:42, this is what you need to know right now. Chandler, South Mountain Village, and Alhambra got the most rain from yesterday's monsoon, about a half an inch to an inch. Sky Harbor, however, reported the highest wind gust during that haboob at 70 miles an hour. KTAR's Colton Krolak has the full story coming up at 6.
Tonight, Democrat candidate Annalita Grijalva will debate Republican Daniel Gutierrez in the race to be the next Arizona U.S. representative in Washington. The debate will be streamed live on KTAR.com at 6 p.m. and rebroadcast at 7 p.m. on 92.3 FM.
In L.A., busted. Members of a crime ring behind nearly 100 burglaries. 10 members of what they're calling the Rich Rollin' crew are under arrest. They're not rolling very far. LA's DA says the suspects are career criminals and they're behind 92 burglaries, some of them dating back to 2022. Took them a while, but they got there. All of our top stories 15 minutes away. For more news, KTAR.com or the KTAR News app.
And here's a quick update from John Roller in the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
All right, new crash in the Southeast Valley. This is the eastbound Loop 202 Santan Freeway. This is right at McQueen in the construction zone. Now, troopers have pulled this crash into the Gore Point, but it is still dark out, so you will see some flashing lights and slowing starts for you as you come eastbound right at about Arizona Avenue. 67th Avenue south of the I-10. Look for a crash there involving the pedestrian and still working a collision at 43rd Avenue and Graham. John Roller, KTAR News.
We got a 20% chance of storms, even isolated thunderstorms today and tomorrow. Today's high 97. Weather brought to you by Howard Air and Plumbing.
After graduating from one of its high schools, Teresa Polito taught in the Phoenix Union High School District from 2008 until this school year. She says she left because of a rising level of violence in the district and an administration and board that doesn't take it seriously.
Teresa is joining us in studio this morning, the week after a student was accused of fatally stabbing another student in a Maryvale High School classroom. Now, Teresa, you say you've seen student violence for a while, and you say the administration tries to hide it. What do you mean by that?
I was a teacher at Metro Tech High School most recently. I worked at other campuses in the district. In September of 2024, there were 2 guns on our campuses. I was made aware because students showed me pictures, because students often post to intimidate other students. Administration knew about it. I found out that they did not want to call a lockdown because they did not want parents to know. They were trying to get the weapons without people knowing. So for over 2 hours with passing periods, with teachers, restroom breaks, students going to and from classes, there was no lockdown until right before school got out. There was a meeting after school. They said it was 1 gun. They didn't do a lockdown until the last 5 minutes because it was in the parking lot. I said, I don't care where it was. You are being dangerous with the children of other parents. Who are you to make that decision? There was a police officer there. I said, what is the protocol? He said, lockdown and then shelter in place. They did shelter in place, which is where you continue teaching. So they allowed the administrator, the principal on our campus, to make that decision as to the safety of children that were not even her own.
And you told me, we've been talking over the last couple of days, you told me that after this latest violent act, the stabbing at Maryvale High School, the administration tried to cover it up by claiming it wasn't a knife that was used to kill that student. So what did you hear they were trying to blame it on?
So, going back to the other example, I was called to the district office and I was told how I found out. They were trying to intimidate me to reveal my sources as to how I found out about the guns. Same thing with the Maryvale stabbing. They were pushing the scissor narrative because they did not want it to come out that there was a knife on our campus. My sources have told me, security officials, some of them are my neighbors, that they were told to lower the sensitivity on the metal detectors because the lines were too long. They were going off with Stanley cups, eyeglass cases, 3-ring binders. The lines were too long. They were told to lower the sensitivity so the lines could go faster. They did not dedicate additional staff. You have one person who's going through things. If somebody is sick and calls out, you have less staff. So that was a way to expedite that. So essentially, unless you had a machete, that was not going to go off. So it was very easy to get that knife onto campus.
And they were trying to convince students to say that it was a scissors? Or what happened there in the administration office?
So the administrators called in students that were in that classroom to take.
All right, folks, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful day. Hasta luego.